What is Pakistan? To answer that very question, we decided to take a trip. To take a closer look into the infrastructure of the country, we decided to visit some markets and ask some shopkeepers how they were being affected.
What's the name of this market?
I don't know.
Some random market.
Ganda market.
And these are taxis of Pakistan.
The conditions were horrible. There's no check on health or sanitation.
This is the food market. ये पाकिस्तान के हालचाल आजकल कैसे हैं कारोबार के मुताबिक और दिन जो हो रहा होता है यहाँ पे आपको कैसे अफेक्ट किया है?
There is no electricity. Without any electricity, I cannot continue my business. The effects of the shortage of petrol and energy are horrible. Most houses don't even have gas. Sometimes there is no electricity for up to 8 hours a day. How am I supposed to run a shop? No one comes to shop anymore. We just sit here all day, then eventually go home without any progress.
The situation was terrible. The old man tried to tell us that they had no social security, no food stamps to support their family from the government. They had to do it all on their own. Simple foods like wheat and rice were being sold for 10 times their price, and there was no check. Check what was wrong with gasoline. We went to a nearby gas station to ask some workers who worked there.
It's been 15 days now. We don't have gasoline. People come here frustrated, swear at us, and leave.
After talking to these people for a while, we realized that they had no one else to blame than the government. To get a good perspective on the situation, we decided to talk to some experts from an asset management company. Zirar Said, an ex-International Monetary Fund employee, is currently working in a Pakistani bank. We decided to ask him and his associate a few questions. Yes, sir. The IMF is giving Pakistan so much money to fix its economy. Why is Pakistan still not on track?
Basically, IMF से जो आपने taken loan from the IMF, that is not gonna help your economy a lot because your external debt is around $40 billion, and on top of that, you are getting another $7.2 billion. I think $7.2 billion. So that is probably gonna add a lot of more problems rather than making the economy right in this scenario. Second of all, we have problems with the energy sector. Our manufacturing industry is not performing well.
So the common man is still earning less than $1 a day in Pakistan. Why is it so?
The whole point at the end of the day is the income disparity. The way IMF works and this capitalist system works is the common man, the disparity between the poor and the rich is becoming very high, because what IMF does is gives the money to the top lot of the country, which does not trickle down.
Everyone says that Pakistan is under imperial rule by the US through economic power. How is it so?
Only way to cripple a nation is through the economy. America, the US has the biggest economy in the world. They give loans to almost every nation on this planet, but the thing is, they create money out of nothing and they give it to you, and then they tell you to give them interest plus principal. Now, where the interest will come from, nobody has ever gone through that. But what they do is, if you're not able to pay the interest and the principal, they actually tell you to either sell them oil or
other natural resources,
whatever there are in your country.
The last question I would like to ask you people is that me and Mohammed, we've been on the streets, and what we saw was not as bad as what we expected, the markets and everything.
You're talking about cities, or you're talking about villages?
We've been in the city.
Where you been? Where you guys been?
Lahore.
Lahore only.
Yeah.
We need to see real Pakistani land, leave Lahore and go into the suburbs to actually find out what sort of lives people live. They don't even have the basic necessities of life. They don't have electricity. You will see villages that don't even have gas.
Especially in these times, it's important for you to check these places out, and you will see that some people are living as if they're in the Middle Ages in Europe, and they still haven't got out their common needs, food, water, shelter, and it's getting worse and worse every day. That is one of the main reasons for terrorism and unrest in the country.
Poverty leads to terrorism.
We decided to do just that. We went to a nearby village. Well, not really nearby. It was a good 6 hours away. There we met with Ali Gul. His family currently owns most of the lands around and in the village. They're known as landlords.
The village life is a much better life. It's more less pollution, a friendly environment. This is the best. We have mangoes, oranges, we have pineapples, bamboos, and we have horse feed, cow feed, and stuff like that. We have the best citrus food here.
It was truly amazing. Beautiful fields, fresh fruit, but that did not overshadow the tragedies of the people living there. Poverty surrounded the area. Children didn't go to school. Their houses were made out of mud. There was no simple health care, no simple necessities like electricity or gas. Their food was cooked on firewood. It was truly depressing. While passing by the sugarcane, we decided we needed some fun. We got the chance of riding some sweet rides. Well, this one and this one.
This was one of my best experiences away from the city life. I enjoyed every second.
Well, after a great trip, it was time for goodbyes. We decided to go back to Lahore and get some different point of views. Mr. Kurt Nichols is a guidance counselor at one of the American schools in Lahore. He had moved to Pakistan 2 years ago, so we decided to ask him how he felt about the place.
UMass Amherst? No. Northeastern? No. Roger Williams? No. Wait. Okay, good. So matches up.
A lot of people in the States have like a different perspective about Pakistan because they've never been here, and I'm sure you had a similar perspective before you got here. Has your perspective changed, and how do you think that, like, people here have a weird perspective about people there, like, because they've never seen each other? So has your perspective changed, and how do you think is it different from your premeditated perspective?
Yes. Well, I think a lot of people view other countries based on what they see on the news, and the news is generally bad news. So, you know, a lot of people think that Pakistan is a war zone, and it's not. You know, yeah, things happen in the war, and you know, sometimes it makes us worry a little bit, but for the most part, we're not targets. You know, that's kind of you know, militants against the government targets has nothing to do with us. So in that sense, yeah, living in Pakistan doesn't really feel that dangerous to me. And as far as other perspectives I had about Pakistan before I came here, honestly I didn't have that many. You know, I had never been to Pakistan. I really didn't know what it would be like. And for the most part, I've enjoyed my 2 years here.
Thank you.
And now we go back. With everything we've done, everything we've seen people living in subhuman conditions, with all the hatred we put towards them. So what is Pakistan? For me, it is a lesson of realization. These people living in such horrible conditions, they are just humans, like you.